The power of silence. What if the strongest person in the room wasn't the loudest? What if the people who seem impossible to intimidate aren't the ones with the best arguments? They're the ones who know when to stay silent. In today's world, everyone is talking. Everyone wants attention. Everyone wants to prove they're right. But the people who truly win? They've mastered something most people fear. Silence. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they understand something most people never will. Silence is power. And once you discover why, you'll never waste your energy the same way again. We live in a culture that tells us, speak louder, post more, reply instantly, defend yourself, explain yourself, convince everyone. But have you ever noticed something? The people constantly trying to prove themselves usually have the least confidence. Because confidence doesn't scream. Confidence doesn't beg for approval. Confidence doesn't chase validation. Real confidence is quiet. Think about the most respected person you've ever met. Were they the loudest? Probably not. They listened more than they spoke. They observed before they reacted. They never felt the need to fill every silence. Because silence makes people wonder. Words remove mystery. Silence creates it. And mystery creates influence. Silence is emotional control. Imagine someone insults you. Most people react immediately. They defend themselves. They argue. They raise their voice. But what happens when you simply smile and say nothing? Something interesting happens. The other person loses control. Because they expected your reaction. They prepared for your anger. They rehearsed an argument. But silence breaks their script. Psychologists call this expectation violation. When people don't receive the reaction they expect, their brain becomes uncomfortable. Silence forces others to confront themselves. Sometimes, the loudest response is no response at all. Because not every battle deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves your attention. And not every criticism deserves an answer. The most successful people use silence. Look at the world's greatest leaders. Top CEOs. Elite athletes. Negotiators. Military commanders. They don't rush to speak. They pause. They think. They choose their words carefully. Because every unnecessary word costs power. In negotiations, the person who talks first usually reveals more. The person comfortable with silence often wins. Why? Because silence creates pressure. People naturally rush to fill uncomfortable spaces. They reveal information. They over-explain. They negotiate against themselves. Meanwhile, the silent person simply observes. And observation is a superpower. Why most people fear silence? Here's the truth. Most people aren't afraid of silence. They're afraid of hearing themselves. Silence removes distractions. No scrolling. No notifications. No endless conversations. Just you. And your thoughts. That's why so many people keep themselves busy. Because sitting alone with your mind can feel uncomfortable. But that's exactly where growth begins. Your best ideas don't arrive in chaos. They arrive in quiet moments. Every breakthrough, every realization, every life-changing decision starts with silence. Silence builds respect. Have you ever noticed? The more you explain yourself, the less people believe you. Over-explaining often comes from insecurity. You are trying to convince others that your choices are valid. But confident people don't need everyone's approval. They know who they are. They let their actions speak. Your results will always be louder than your words. You don't have to announce your next move. You don't have to tell everyone your goals. You don't have to prove your worth. Just keep building. Keep improving. Keep moving. Eventually, people won't ask why you're quiet. They'll ask how you became so successful. Remember this. Silence is not weakness. It is discipline. It is confidence. It is emotional intelligence. It is self-respect. Sometimes, the strongest sentence is the one you never say. The greatest victory is the argument you never join. The greatest confidence is not needing to prove anything. So the next time life gives you a choice between reacting or remaining silent, ask yourself this: will these words improve my future, or only satisfy my emotions? Because the people who change their lives don't always speak louder. They become quieter, more intentional, more focused, more powerful. And eventually, the world starts listening, even when they say nothing. If this message resonated with you, don't let it end here. Comment one word below: silence. It's a reminder to yourself that not every battle deserves your energy. If you're committed to building a stronger mind, mastering emotional control, and becoming the kind of person whose presence speaks louder than words, subscribe and join this community. Because sometimes, the loudest transformation begins in complete silence. If you like our video, please do like and subscribe our channel.